There are numerous missing days for GameStop FTD data in 2024, including days during the May and June run and September 20th. Someone submitted an FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, request for the missing data. The SEC had responded that they cannot provide the data per Rule 553b4, which states that information may be withheld from the public if it is trade secrets and commercial or financial information obtained from a person and privileged or confidential. FTD numbers are not trade secrets. They are publicly disclosed, so the SEC should not be making this claim. They are likely to force an interpretation of the request that is asking for which institution FTD or failed to deliver, or claiming that the information is from a confidential source, but that is intentionally muddying the request, which just wants non-missing numbers that the public should be receiving per Reg SHO. The SEC is going against their own rules. So there are tons of FTD data that is missing in 2024, and you can see that right here, especially when GameStop was rallying higher. And the SEC is now saying that, listen, some of this might be confidential information, or this might be financial information obtained from a person and or privileged person or confidential, right? So even though we're not asking for the specific party who failed to deliver, they are going to make that their excuse that, we can't give the specific party, but we're just asking for the exact FTDs and, the reasoning for them. GameStop's not put on the Reg SHO list, all this other stuff. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. We have a lot of stuff to talk about before the week starts and some tinfoil hat to go over. And I just want to give a conclusion on what's going on with GameStop and the overall market as a whole, because this has been confusing to say the least. There is this 50-50 shot whether that crash emoji means a crash or it means a boom, and for what, and I'm going to talk about it. But without further ado, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and make sure to join the Discord. It's the top link in the description. Now, FINRA just fined JP Morgan $3 million for misreporting 77 billion shares, which is an absolute joke. We see this time and time again. GameStop store was just permanently closed in East Bay, California after somebody crashed into it and then decided to rob the store. Guys, who cares, right? This is a good move by Ryan Cohen. They're just closing the useless stores, especially the ones that get slammed into and robbed. They're just closing these brick and mortars anyway. And who robs a GameStop, right? I mean, what did they steal? $400 worth of stuff? Really doesn't matter. Now, Roaring Kitty posted this tweet with Brad Pitt on it on May 17th, 2024. A little bit of tinfoil. AMC now coincidentally has showings for the movie Seven, January 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which is a little bit odd that they are randomly playing an old movie that actually came out September 22nd, 1995, which also lines up with the charts. If I show you September 22nd, the requel back here, this is exactly what GameStop is doing and where it is trading at right now. Make this a little bit more large so you can see. Back here, the week of September 22nd, right here, coming into the requel. You come back to the week of September 22nd, right here, coming into the requel. You bring in the drawings. It's the same exact move, right? This is in yellow right here. It's the same exact move. Just a little bit of tinfoil. Now, this could also be the wild card. There's always the wild card, right? Roaring Kitty at 103 exact on his stream, and we covered his stream, DD, took out the wild card. Okay, this was 103 on the dot when he took out the wild card. You can see right here, he pulls it out, and then you go look in the top right corner, 1:03 p.m. And he was waiting for these specific times to do specific things during that live stream. It was all set up. So what does this mean? I don't know. Is January 3rd going to be the wild card and AMC is in it? There's also pictures that you could interpret that Roaring Kitty posted that, AMC and GameStop go hand in hand. First of all, like when I move, you move, just like that. And then AMC skyrocketed the same day that GameStop skyrocketed back in May, right? And then they also have the dynamic duo with the smoking guns, so on and so forth. Now, GameStop on the monthly time frame, look at this. Just the beautiful chart. We're on the regular chart. We're not on logarithmic scale. Take a look at the on-balance volume. Even though we've diluted shares, just want to point out on-balance volume is at the highest it's ever been, including institutional investors. So nobody has let go of this stock. This is an absolute ticking time bomb. Now, the past times GameStop had 2 months in a row, it did end after coming into the third month in some sort of a crash, right? You come back to 2 months green right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 months red. You come back 2 months green right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 months red. You come back, let's find another 2 green months, huge red candle, and then flat trading. 2 green months, two huge red candles to the downside, so on and so forth. Does this mean that's going to be the same thing? No, not necessarily. Not at all, actually, because the requel shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green months. And I believe we are in 2 right now. And the scale, the magnitude of this is going to be much larger than we have seen previously, bringing us up to some crazy numbers, right? Moving on, there were major dark pool orders last week for GameStop, but especially coming into the close, we saw a 50,000 share GameStop order worth about 1.6 million hitting the lit market 3 minutes before market close, which is interesting as well. Bringing us into AMC, this is the logarithmic scale as well. It just doesn't look as dead on this scale. On balance volume, again, very, very high. Point out as well. For those who don't know, this just shows how many people actually let go of the stock over time. And you can see not a lot of people let go of the stock ever since this pop, okay? Once people got in on this pop, they're still in on this pop, okay? Lastly, there is a glitch going around. Just take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. But AMC preferred equity unit, which is APE over on public, is trading at a $353 billion market cap. Obviously, this is just a glitch potentially, right? But we'll just pay attention to it and keep it on the sidelines. We've seen this thing after it was all done, said, and dealt with, and converted back in AMC, trading for some odd reason, right? We saw percentages up and down on APE, which was very odd. Now we're seeing this thing resurface again. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, lining up with everything that's happening with GameStop, the requel, all that other stuff, based on the same time frame back in January, just taking a look at what we're at and what we should see, right? The chart is basically the same. Got this flush down, this flush down, and then the climb again to all-time highs. The SPY right now, same time, flush down, climb, all-time highs. This is the bars pattern from here, overlaid on the SPY. Put very simply, this is it, right? You can't make it up. With that being said, what would technically happen with the SPY if we saw the same thing? You'd get a move up to 604 to 606 and then come crashing back down to retest 583.60, potentially 582.50, and then make an all-time high again around January 20th or so. Okay, so that is what we could possibly see. We're also seeing signs line up the same, like the Dixie Index, DXY, which is the US dollar, climbing to all-time highs and bottoming out after a flag pattern has formed, right, starting to climb. This is when GameStop and AMC scrolls the last time. You're seeing same thing, but to a larger scale. What you're also seeing is gold do the same thing. Reached basically all-time highs back here. When GameStop and AMC scrolls, it's doing the same thing. Same thing back in the 08 crash, right? There are just several things that line up. As far as crypto goes, there's this rumor about USDT. I'm sure you've seen it. We talked a little bit about it. We just brushed on it about Tether. Will Binance delist USDT on January 1st? We will see. But this is likely a buy the rumor, sell the news type of deal. And you could see a ton of FUD coming in that will temporarily move the market down and then end up making it rally higher. Now, if we take a look, right, based on all of those matching up, does Bitcoin match up? Well, during this time frame, Bitcoin got this correction after its first move up, and then its last parabolic move, which ultimately took it to all-time highs into April, right, is what you saw. So I would say it's lining up pretty perfectly to that same scenario, which means GameStop coming into January 9th, like Roaring Kitty, its timeline is going to start its move up to 125 to 136, 136,000, okay? Same thing with Dogecoin. This is the bars pattern, a little bit adjusted back from the previous cycle. Anywhere in this zone, in my opinion, is personally a decent buying opportunity for Dogecoin between 26 cents and 35 cents, right? Until we get that move higher. I expect that large move higher to happen, late January, early February. So that is something that I'm watching. All of these altcoins could move after Bitcoin's move. Again, Bitcoin leads, then alts, then these memes. And that is something that we could see. Now, Aristox, well, you said, it's not a great time to hold all your crypto, or maybe I've said that, we could see a crash across the board with the market instead of a melt up, all this other stuff, which is very well possible and on the table. And this is the conclusion that I talked about at the beginning of the video. The conclusion is there's really only one thing to trust, and it's GameStop. And I stand by that. I don't know anything else that we can trust right now. I don't know if the timeline means crash for other plays. I don't know if it means GameStop's going to merge. I don't know if it means going to boom across the board with the market. What I can tell you is maybe Bitcoin cycle is different. Maybe the SPY cycle is different this time. Maybe we are going in major recession or black swan event. But GameStop, right? GameStop is the one thing that is trustworthy in my opinion. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is where I want to park everything right now, and I'll stand by that. And we'll see what happens between January and March, essentially into June. This first half of 2025 should be extremely, extremely exciting. But that is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching and found value out of the video, and hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. Make sure to go watch the video I uploaded yesterday. These are the best stocks to buy and hold in 2025. Again, these are still risk on plays, but they are a lot safer than any sort of meme bets or short squeeze bets. So if you're into some long-term investing or some safer growth plays, these are the stocks that I picked out for 2025. So make sure to go watch that video. Also, if you guys want to join the Discord, the top link is in the description and pinned in the top comments. Join it for the new year. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks and crypto all day long. I post my trades as soon as I enter them. We have options, sweep alerts, dark pool trade alerts, market news, all that other stuff, insider trade alerts if I didn't already say that, and a ton of other benefits in Discord. So get in there. Also, if you want up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, use the Moomoo link, open an account, and make a deposit into your account, and they will start giving you free stocks. That link is in the description and pinned in the top comments alongside Discord. Again, that is Moomoo. It's a free broker. They also allow 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long and shorting as a retail trader, viewing more on the options chain, which I like a lot, as well as a customizable earnings calendar, viewing other exchanges, and a ton of other benefits. So use those links in the description, guys. That is it. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.